What's up, my fellow savages? Randall here again for another episode of our Pilot Tips and Tricks series. Today we're going to be going over what I'm going to call the high G split S or the modified split S. I've actually heard it called a lot of different things. I actually don't know if there's a proper term for it. If there is, feel more than welcome to get in the comments and tell me how much of a goof I am. I've heard it called anything from the Jive turkey turn to just whipping your plane around. Um, but I figured I'd give it at least some sort of real name, and so we're going to call it the modified split S or the high G split S, and I think you'll see why we're going to call it the high G split S in the video clips to come. Now we're going to talk about the goals for the modified split S or the high G split S. The goals would be to force a drastic change in the bandit's angle of attack. In other words, throw off his aim and the angles that he had previously got on our aircraft to get on our 6, to get the bandit to disengage, because the maneuver that we pulled made him uncomfortable with following us, whether he crashes or, goes in front of us, anything like that. And then, of course, lastly, the bandit crashing would be, fantastic for us, because then we don't have to worry about him anymore. I've seen so much success with the crashing portion going up against pilots in random lobbies, or even good pilots I've gone against before. Um, the reason why that happens is because when you get to the top of the maneuver, you pull back on the throttle, and if they don't realize that you've done that and they continue going full force, full speed, nose down, then they're going to crash. And as always, we have some clips coming up of me performing the high G split S, so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'll replay the clips once or twice after I play them initially, play them in slow motion, just so you guys can get a good understanding of what's happening in the maneuver itself. And then I'll show you some clips of me actually using it in um, real life, quote unquote, scenarios. Now, to complete this maneuver, what you're going to do, you're going to pitch your nose up while the enemy's chasing you, and then when you get to the top of your loop, you're going to do a 180-degree turn using your flaps and your rudder, because you want it to be a sharp turn. And then as you're pitching your nose back down, you're going to pull back on your throttle a little bit. Actually, more than a little bit, a fairly good amount. And then once your nose is back down towards the ground safely, you're going to go full throttle again. And then from there, your plane, I promise you, will pick back up speed. Do not be scared of completely stalling out. Obviously, you'll need to practice, but you will not just float in the air for them to kill you. And also another thing to consider, because after you complete the maneuver, your speed does come back. You can actually perform this maneuver multiple times in a row and still have all the speed in the world. These dudes aren't good. I fucking crashed off this bridge. I was pulling up, and like my game like glitched out, and my nose went down for like a half second. And I was like, I didn't even like put my stick there. I was just what the game did. Now here in this clip, you'll see that I worked this guy 3 times with the high G split S. That was the first time there. He missed all those shots right after I performed the maneuver. I know he's still behind me. I go ahead and hit him with it one more time. And then I actually flatten this one out just so I can fly through the resupply to kind of be cheeky. And then my favorite part, especially when using this maneuver, is doing it near terrain. Sometimes it kind of bites me in the ass, but I did it here successfully, and he had to break off because he knew he was going to smash the ground if he didn't. And we ended up right here in a neutral pass, and then from there, it was game over, son.
Just crashing into the water. I have on fire and you crash into the water.
Nice. That's a Jive turkey right there.
So in this example, we're doing a little dog fighting here. I look up and to the right and realize that the bandit has an outstanding angle on me to where he's about to put rounds on me right there. And then I flipped over, initiated that high G split S, got that turn about as tight as I possibly could. Thankfully he didn't take me completely out there with those rockets. And it completely changed the angle that he was attacking me from, and I actually turned this fight around and won. As always, hope you guys and gals learned something. If you have any questions, you may ask me directly or leave them in the comments. But until next time, I will catch you savages later. Randall out.